a nice little decent go home edition for WWE main event we had this week. How's it going out there, everybody? Your boy DJ Cass, of course, is back to give you my WWE main event review for June 16th, 2021. And this episode I actually really enjoyed here. I say this every single week. It's like, people, if you don't want to watch Raw and SmackDown, which I don't blame you, but you still want to catch up on the major stuff, I would still say listen to the podcast. There's a lot of them out there. But like, if you still want like two decent wrestling matches, watch main event. Like, it's an easy 48-minute show that anybody could get through. It's like right up there with NXT UK. So let's go ahead and get started with it. We kicked off, of course, with the commentaries of Kevin Patrick and Byron Saxton, who Kevin Patrick, again, it's like he doesn't really add anything. It's like if this dude was like in the Byron Saxton role on Raw, you would not notice that he was there. And I love Byron. I got a chance to meet the guy, but it's like, yeah, they're very interchangeable. And the first match that we had of the night was T-Bar and Mace versus the Lucha House Parties, Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado, of course. And is it me, or is it still funny that even though they're no longer Retribution, but yet they still have Retribution's music? Of course, T-Bar, the former Donovan Dijakovic, and of course Mace, the former Dio Matin, which again, this match I actually thought was really good. Like, for the amount of time that these guys had, it was a very standard tag team match that you would see on any given WWE superstars, I'd say, of 2009. But it was still a good match because this to me was like those classic, like the cruiserweight tag team versus the big giant two tag teams. Even though the Grand Metalik in this match is actually his return, believe it or not, and they mentioned it on commentary, so it was good to see Grand Metalik back. And again, Dio Madden and T-Bar and Mace. The thing with these guys, it's like I hope they are actually like trying to like learn some tag team moves and tag team maneuvers. Like, if you guys are stuck with each other, like really commit to this, because right now it's like I looked in this match, it was like, to me, these guys could be a very, very good big man tag team. Kind of like what AOP was, but it's like the thing is, they do. It's weird because Jim Cornette used to always put this. It's like there's a difference between being a good tag team and being a good tag team that just does tag team moves. But the thing is, it's like I still look at them as two singles guys just doing tag team moves, is what I meant to say. But they are a very good team, and I hope they really stretch this out and like really expand what they really could do. So I hope they're practicing. I can't say the fact that they still have Retribution's music, so we gotta get that out of the way. And by the way, they come off like such Ascension, Demolition, Road Warrior knockoffs. Like, I don't like. I will say this: I don't like the gear. I'm not a big fan of the face paint. I think it makes them look goofy. Like, but again, I get them trying to like really make what they got, so I do appreciate from that aspect. But yeah, Grand Metalik, like I say, he was very good in this match. There was a nice big boot from T-Bar to Lince Dorado in this match. That's the thing. It was like Lince Dorado and Grand Metalik are so good at like bouncing all over the place just to make the two big guys maneuvers like really look good. Dio Madden kind of looked, again, it's hard not to call him Dio Madden, but Mace, he did look a little lost in this match a little bit. Like it was like one point it was like he looked like he had a hard time keeping up with Lince Dorado at first, but eventually he caught him. And that was actually a nice hot tag from Grand Metalik once Lince Dorado made the tag, and he was just like doing his thing, springboard all over the place. He even got the one point where he did his tiptoe springboard drop kick on T-Bar, and Lince Dorado, after Grand Metalik made the tag, did like a nice little splash onto him. They actually got a pretty good near fall until Mace broke it up. And then of course there was actually another move in this match, like where Grand Metalik got assist for Lince Dorado. He did have to steady himself a little bit, but he did like a springboard standing backflip on the Mace leading to the floor. And then of course Lince Dorado's about to go for it, and then T-Bar hits T-Bar ended up catching Lince Dorado and got him in for the Feast Your Eyes. And T-Bar and Mace were your winners on this week's episode of Main Event. It was a nice little, like I said, old school WWE Superstars 2009 tag team match. Nothing too special, but it was still good to showcase all four guys. But again, I hope T-Bar and Mace like really like work on becoming like a true tag team. Like work on some more tag team maneuvers. Like really embrace this, guys. So yeah, we had that right there. And then, of course, we got a bit of a we got here recap time. We got the recap of the Uso Roman Reigns Mysterio family storyline, which again, like when they do the SmackDown recaps, it's stuff from like that past SmackDown. I don't know why they do that, but they just have to. And honestly, I love Roman Reigns, but it's like the dude just beats the guy's asses. He beats both Mysterios up, even after both Mysterios hit him with canes, and he still beats their ass, leaving them for dead. And they recap Jimmy Uso's probably like coming out Roman Reigns, and then of course like Jay's like in the middle of this whole thing. And the only thing I've ever got to say about this is give my quick thoughts. It's like I've seen the clips of what they've been doing. It's been great. All three men are great. I mean, this is something they're going to be talking about to their kids 10 years down the line. But it's like, for me, it's like, where is this going? Because I'm pretty sure you guys already know that the Hell in a Cell match that's happening, that was supposed to happen at Hell in a Cell between Reigns and Mysterio, it's happening tonight on SmackDown. So it's like, you take that Hell in a Cell match off of the card, you're putting it on SmackDown. So what's the end game here? Are the Usos going to get involved? Are the Usos gonna turn on Roman? Are they gonna turn on Mysterio? So there's intrigue to this, but it's like we've been in this whole like Samoan family storyline with these three for like over a month and a half now. And again, I don't want to say that they're not like progressing, but it's like they need to like really find out like because right now it feels like they're going around in a circle with the progression. It's weird. And then, of course, the other recap that we had on this show was the god awful Alexa Bliss stuff from Raw, which, again, it's tolerable here because main event's only 48 minutes. So they recapped the Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax match, which I gotta say, from like what I saw, it didn't look too bad. There have been many worse Alexa Bliss Nia Jax matches, especially from that Backlash 2018 show, which was horrendous. But yeah, they had a nice little match from like the recap that I saw that they put on the show. Now, the stuff with Reginald afterwards, it's like, here's the thing. They once again put somebody that's never had a match in front of people on national television, which is the trope of this company. But God bless Reginald. He is getting love in the back, and I guarantee you it's because he can jump. And of course, Vince loves seeing the little man with the big woman relationship because he thinks it's funny. So I don't really have much thoughts on there. I mean, Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler are going to go one on one this Sunday, which I guess as long as there's like too much magic, I can deal with it. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. And then, of course, they did a bit of a Hell in a Cell rundown, which I'm going to go through my predictions for this show. We have Bianca Belair defending the SmackDown Women's title against Bayley, which I've been very cold on this feud. I hope Bianca Belair retains. That should be where they go. And the Hell in a, I mean, not another Hell in a Cell match that we had, not a match, but another one on the card was Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship, which again, I'm cold. I mean, the story is involving somebody who's not in this title match because Nikki Cross has been featured the most, and Charlotte and Rhea, in context of the story, have been losing. So it's like, unless Nikki Cross is obviously challenging one of them after this show, no matter how convoluted that storyline is. I hope Rhea wins, but something tells me that one of those belts is changing hands Sunday, and they really don't need to because we still haven't seen the full potential of a Rhea and Bianca championship run yet, so we got that there. And then, of course, I'll go ahead and I'll save that for the end. And also, we had what I thought was a very, very fun match between Ricochet and Drew Gulak, which Ricochet, I don't know if you people have been seeing the interviews, he was asked about why is he wrestling in jeans now. I think he said something to the effect of like he's just trying to change it up because it was like he's preparing for a fight. So it's like it makes sense for him to wear jeans. Like Ricochet really didn't do a lot of his high flying acrobatics or gymnastics, as Jim Cornette would say. I'm saying it in a positive way though. And then of course, Drew, like I said, this was Ricochet versus Drew Gulak, and Drew Gulak, again, I don't know if it's because this dude doesn't wrestle on Raw much or because he doesn't get any answers, but this dude had some new freaking music, which is generic, but there you go. Um, there was some decent map work in this match too early on. Like these guys were just countering and countering. And normally, when you're in the ring with the caliber of a Drew Gulak, the one thing that I would always say is like, don't get on the mat. Stay away from the mat. Stay away from the mat, because that's a guy where if you're flat on your back and he's got you grounded, you're done. You're just gonna play right into his hands. There was a scary bump in this match that I just jumped up, and that was like, it was when Drew Gulak was about to do a body slam, but he body slammed down on the rope. He body slammed Ricochet off the rope, and I actually thought Ricochet had landed on the back of his neck, but the way when I watched the replay, he actually kind of laid it like very like sharp on his shoulder. So either way, it was a scary bump, and thank goodness nobody got hurt. And it wasn't even like it was unsafe, man. It was just like one of those scary things. It was just like, damn, dude, you don't need to be taking that. There was a nice gut wrench super suplex to Ricochet from Drew Gulak when we got back from the break. Again, there was a nice springboard crossbody from Ricochet to Drew Gulak. I mean, there was a lot of fun stuff in this match. I mean, there was different stuff out of Ricochet's arsenal that I'd never seen him do. Because again, the thing with Ricochet, it's like, yeah, he can high fly, but we also forget sometimes he can keep you on the mat as well. And I thought this was good. And then there was also a nice Michinoku driver from Drew Gulak on to Ricochet, which Ricochet kicked out of. And then as time went on, Ricochet actually got the win via submission, where he got Drew Gulak in the Gulak, which I thought was, he tapped out Drew Gulak, which normally I'm not a fan of tapping out anybody that's a submission, especially the caliber of a Drew Gulak. But this was a really, really nice match. I mean, was it match of the week? No, but it's just like, if you just want to watch a match, like, just watch something. This is the match for you. But yeah, Ricochet got the win via submission, and then they shook hands afterwards. So I didn't even know Drew Gulak was a babyface. Apparently he's a heel on Raw and a babyface on Main Event. But yeah, good stuff for these two. God forbid you put something like this on Monday Night Raw for like a good 10 minutes. And then, of course, to end the show, we had a recap of the Drew Bobby Lashley stuff, which, again, I mean, I love Drew, but it's like, if he wins that damn belt on Sunday, because it's him versus Bobby Lashley inside Hell in a Cell, I don't know if I'm going to be mad or not, because it's like, the problem is, with Drew, it's been such stop and start now. They whip with him when he beat Brock at Mania. Then he lost it to Orton. Then he lost it to The Miz. And now it feels like we're restarting him again. It's like, if you just would have kept Drew without losing until he got to Mania, and then he lost to Lashley, this would be so much more. And then, of course, they recapped the singles match between McIntyre and AJ that got turned into a 6-man. And this is where I actually got to see for the first time this week Drew pin Lashley. Which, real quick on that, I'm actually completely fine with Drew Gulak. I mean, see, with Drew McIntyre, like, getting the pinfall win over Lashley, because this is actually something that you would do leading into a championship match for a guy that does not get pinned often, and that's Lashley. But the thing is, it's like, if the story is you want McIntyre hit the Claymore, it's only going to take one Claymore. Yeah, you told that story. But to me, since you told it on Raw, that means he's not winning Sunday. So there you go. So yeah, very decent, very good episode, I'd say, of Main Event this week. 2 solid matches that I think everybody should go and check out, and some decent recaps. And we'll see what happens at Hell in a Cell. And I'll be back next week to give another WWE Main Event review. I am DJ Cass. Thanks for listening. I will see you around. Later days.